And we're going to check in on the NL West this week primarily, but getting into some jersey conversation as well, as that's been a hot topic for this season. My name is Tyler. Joining me, as always, John, Will, and Bobby is behind the keys once again, producing this lovely podcast. And thank you, as always, to everybody who's been kind of following us on our socials. And we got some love this week on Instagram, so really happy about that. I'll plug our socials at the end, but make sure to check those out. But, gentlemen, we got a potential resolution on the insanely crappy uniform dilemma we've had this season in the MLB. We've all seen the memes of, players with see-through pants, jerseys ripping, the lettering being horrible. Well, the MLB finally sends out a memo to the players and teams saying, by next season, this will finally get fixed, and a good thing
Thank
again
God.
for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the thing we've been saying is I don't know how it got tested, and they're like, no, these are good. These are good to go. Like, I literally the first day of spring training, you like see a player's nuts. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like,
He's walking into the plate with 2 bats and a bag of balls.
yeah, like, come on, man. Like, it's unbelievable. I'll summarize what the article said. This was again a memo out to from the players union, or to the players union rather. So larger lettering on the jerseys will be implemented, which was a huge thing. I feel like a lot of the jerseys looked amateur like because of the lettering. Fixed to different shades of gray between jerseys and pants. Again, something I don't even know how this happens in the first place because it's so visible, that it just looks so bad. The jerseys will be less. I guess the word I'll use here is they'll collect less sweat. We seen the picture of Carlos Rodon coming off the mound, literally looked like he took a shower after a couple innings of work. So that should be fixed. And the last and maybe most important thing, the pants will become less see-through. So, no more seeing your favorite players, whatever you want to say, to end that off. And the funny thing about this, and this is kind of what I wanted to bring up with this topic is the players union was like, Fanatics has been getting all this blame and whatnot. And they're like, no, Fanatics is fine. Nike, on the other hand, these guys suck. Throw them under the bus. And yeah, Will, any thoughts on this? What has been a jersey epidemic to start the season?
Took them long enough to come up with a solution. Unfortunately, we have to wait until roughly the beginning of the 2025 season. But hey, I'm just glad something is going on. This seemed like for a while it was one of these like, you'll get used to it. It's fine. You're all crazy. And then it was like, all right, it's Nike's fault.
Yeah.
Just like that. It was like, come on, you'll get used to it. And then it was like, all right, fine. Nike's at fault. We'll change it.
Well, the players union, again, they came out and said this, but like I forget, it was early in the season. Well, you'll probably remember this. The Phillies were playing and they were wearing I think they were wearing their cream colored uniforms, and apparently Harper was like using last year's jersey or something, and you could clearly see the difference. Like, it wasn't even close. And like, the qualities of the jerseys were just ass, man. Like, I don't know how these were tested and approved. And as you said, at least something's happening. John, what is your thoughts about everything that's happened with the jerseys?
My thoughts are, thank God. It's about time. I'm not a fan of how the players union handled this. Honestly, I'm not a fan about how the MLBPA handled this. It To me, it seems like just playing the blame game again. Um, Regardless of whether you're right or not, you still shouldn't throw somebody under the bus. And the owners didn't do that because this is their corporate partner. So I get that. But I don't like how the players union just straight up was like, nope, it's all their fault. It's all them. Nope, it wasn't us. Guys, it wasn't us.
I
You know,
again, though, like I feel like at some point you're like, what more? It was a problem, dude. Like literally, we're seeing
No, I
the
agree.
the outline of dicks. Like,
It's
excuse my
clearly an
French,
issue,
but
but yet they
I
could have
mean,
handled it a bit more professionally, I think.
yeah, I mean, I get that, but as we said, thankfully this will take place, and the start of next year this will happen. So shouldn't have this problem next spring training. But it was definitely a whirlwind for fans after like the first couple days when we're like, oh no, this is a problem. Like this is not
Yeah,
good. That
and
we can't have this.
them saying specifically this is Nike's fault, I odds are it's that might possibly be true because with Majestic, Fanatics, I believe, was making the Majestic jerseys.
Yeah,
Um Back when it was Majestic, that was the sponsor of the jerseys. I believe it was still produced the same way from the main company to then the store itself um being Fanatics. So there is that aspect of it that is also a factor as well.
yeah,
It's
and
about
that
accountability in the end.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that was the whole thing with this was like, okay, Fanatics was taking all this blame, and they were essentially like, "Hey, we're just giving out the products that Nike's giving us. Like, it's not our fault." And I think that
Mhm.
was the whole thing about
We're
it.
just
But
a distributor, man. We don't make it.
yeah, exactly. And
And that's fine.
and kind of rightfully so for them because again, they were taking a lot of the blame. Like anytime you'd seen something about the jerseys online, it was like, "Oh, Fanatics this, Fanatics that," and they did get thrown under the bus. But regardless, again, a fix that will be welcome come next season.